Okay, so we have 4 notes here and 1 coin. What's the total of our savings here? We've got 100 plus 100 plus 20 plus 20 kronas plus 10. So we have 250 kronas. And the question is, of this amount of money, how many percent of our total amount is made up by, and then we've got 3 questions to answer here. A, 100 kronas. B, 20 kronas notes. And C, 10 krona coin. So these ones are about how many percentage is made up of 100 kronas. Let's answer that. The way that we would answer that is we'd say, okay, how much of our money is made up of 100 kronas? Well, 200 kronas is made up by 100 krona notes. What's the total number of amount of money that I have? I have 250. So 200 kronas out of my 250 total is made up of 100 krona notes. And now I just have to change that into percentage. Well, I've got a really big fraction. That fraction can be simplified. So my first step would be to simplify this fraction. Okay, I now have 20 25ths, which I can divide top and bottom by 5, which gives me the fraction 4/5. So this would be the first step I'd have. Convert it to the most simple form of fraction. Now when I have it as the most simple form of fraction, I just do the division. So I do 5s into 4, goes 0 times. All 4 are left over. 5s into 40 go 8 times. So 4/5 is equivalent to the decimal 0.8. So remember when I did that table of when you're going to correlate a fraction, how do you turn it into a percentage? The first step was to turn it into a decimal. The second step was to multiply it by 100 to give you it in percentage. So it would be 80%. So the amount of our money in 100 krona notes is 80% of all of the 250 kronas is made up of 100 krona notes in amount. And we do the same thing for 20 krona notes. How much of our money is made up of 20 krona notes? 40 kronas out of the 250 is made up of 20 krona notes. So let's change this first into a fraction. We get 4 25ths. Now that's not very easy to simplify anymore, but there's a special rule of when we get 25th on the bottom, because if we want to find the percentage, you get the percentage directly if you can take this number and turn it into 100 on the bottom, remember? And we can do that quite easily by multiplying 25 by 4. That would give us 100 on the bottom. So what we would do is multiply top and bottom by 4, giving us 16 100ths, which is the same as 16%. So now we know that of our 20 krona notes, 16% of our total amount was made up of 20s. What about the 10 krona coin then? Well, here we'd get 10 kronas divided by 250. And we'd have the same rule as we had here. Much easier to convert this into percentage by just multiplying the bottom number by 4. It gives us 100 on the bottom. Gives us the answer directly. So we would get 4 100ths, which is 4%. The nice thing about percentages is you've often got this little final check. Because of course, all of these coins must add up to be 100% if I haven't made a silly mistake somewhere. So let's look at which percentages I've got. I've got 80% plus 16% plus 4%. 16 and 4 is 20. 20 plus 80 is 100. So I have a little check here that you can do when you get this type of question. to make sure that you haven't made a silly mistake somewhere. So in order to check, to turn anything into a percentage, make a fraction of it first, simplify the fraction as much as you can, turn that fraction into the decimal form, and then just multiply by 100 to turn it into a percentage. Step by step by step gives you the answer.